Let's look now at the key touchpoints between Exchequer and KCPOS and where this integration happens. Every stock item in the Exchequer stock tree, or list depending on how you access it, contains default sales and purchase GL codes. These are used when the transactions are read back in. Information such as the tax rate, the pricing, and the available stock levels are all exported out to the KCPOS database to use whilst processing transactions on the front-end system. When reading transactions back in, within KCPOS, we put some controls in place around how customer account transactions import or those that are classed as cash sales. These can import into an individual sales ledger control account or on a branch-by-branch basis. And all transactions are imported to the sales daybook following the rules of Exchequer. The GL code analysis is taken from the stock item as explained before. Each till is pointed to a specific location, and it's also possible to define cost centre and department combinations either on a till or at a branch level. If posting individual transactions, the till receipt number along with the user who served that customer will be imported. And if the transaction is paid, therefore an SRI in Exchequer, the Pay To tab will contain the tender details and also a batch totaling function to allow us to correctly reconcile. Within the GL, we can define control accounts for these postings, and we'll see how they link in a second. Configuration of tender linking can happen either at head office level or on a branch-by-branch basis, depending on how we need to control it. KCPOS contains a list of tenders that can be taken by the operator, and each tender can be potentially linked to a different GL code for sale or refund purposes. We can also confirm the currency to which this tender needs to be linked to fully follow the rules of Exchequer. As I mentioned before, the stock records are all extracted from Exchequer's database and a copy is held in KCPOS. So stock codes, descriptions, pricing and levels are all pulled into the system, but it's then possible to add further dimensions to that product record with information that's really only pertinent to a trade counter or an EPOS transaction. Within each till's configuration, or at the branch level within the KCPOS link software that controls the import and export of data to Exchequer, we can configure cost centre and department combinations. These need to follow the rules set out within Exchequer, and we also can set in this same till configuration the location to which this device is to link to when posting transactions and dealing with stock movement.